Let's be clear, Russia hacked the election.
Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected.
The Russians definitively
hacked the election.
The FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the former Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, I mean, they've all said this. So to believe that that's wrong, you have to believe they're all involved in an elaborate conspiracy to get Donald Trump, which seems a little far-fetched to me.
There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. On December 9th, 2016, a National Security Council meeting was called to gather President Obama's senior national security officials, which included CIA Director Brennan, then Obama DNI James Clapper, and others. Following that secret meeting, DNI Clapper's assistant sent an email to the intelligence community with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling, tasking ODNI leaders to create a new assessment per the president's request. The Intelligence Committee's oversight report reveals that CIA Director Brennan overruled senior CIA officers who challenged the Obama-ordered intelligence assessment, stating, quote, "We don't have direct information that Putin wanted to get Trump elected." Yet, the Obama-directed assessment was published on January 6, 2017, which explicitly stated, quote, "We assess Putin and the Russian government aspired to help President-elect Trump's election chances, when possible, by discrediting Secretary Clinton and publicly contrasting her unfavorably to him." The ICA, the Intelligence Community Assessment, did not cite any report where Putin indicated helping Trump win was an objective. Now, President Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, and others, including their mouthpieces in the media, knowingly lied as they repeated the contrived narrative that was created in this January 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment with high confidence as though it were fact.
President Trump says he still wonders if the Russians hacked the election.
If you can get him to accept that Russia hacked the election, see if you can get him to accept who won the Civil War.
They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't.
How important is a Democratic majority, in your opinion, to have a proper investigation into the Russia stuff and the kleptocracy and the other things that appear to be going on?
The Republicans have to be constantly pushed to put country above party. But I think it will more likely happen if we're successful in taking back the House. That's where investigations could come. I think that the Senate Intelligence Committee is working very well together from everything that I can see. I have to commend Adam Schiff. If any of you are in his district, he's doing an amazing job. He's just so thorough and he's so clear.
A Democrat whistleblower repeatedly was warning the FBI beginning in 2017 that the congenital liar, Adam Schiff, had authorized leaking classified information to smear President Trump, which, by the way, could be a violation of the Espionage Act.
The Russians offered help, which we know they did.
There is circumstantial evidence of collusion.
But there is more than circumstantial evidence now, so...
Can you agree that there has been no evidence of collusion, coordination, or conspiracy that has been presented thus far between the Trump campaign and Russia?
No, I don't agree with that at all.
And there might be other Democrats implicated as well.
Yeah, well, one of the guys that's in here is Eric Swalwell.
When we look back on this in 25 years, we're going to be amazed at how much of it was right in front of us.
Where's the actual proof that something happened after more than a year of this?
Well, I'm not the prosecutor. I don't have subpoena power. Bob Mueller does. All I'm saying is...
You do have a high-level security clearance and you're on the Intel Committee, so presumably you'd have more than like a clip of him at a...
I'm only giving you the evidence that I've seen in an unclassified manner.
Why is he more pro-Russian than Obama was?
Don't confuse what he has to do because the public sentiment is so high and watching. Again, you give him too much credit. You're giving him too much credit.
I'm not giving him credit. I'm criticizing him. I don't think he should be doing any of it. I'm just saying this whole thing is insane. That's what I'm saying.
So,
to what extent are you suggesting some kind of cooperation between the president-elect and Russian officials here?
Well, I'm not suggesting cooperation at all. Keep in mind that those statements were in the context of everyone now acting surprised by the CIA assessment. Everybody understood that. It was reported on. Steve, if you go back and look at your stories, if you read any mainstream publication, it's a pretty clear inference that people would draw and did draw, that this was helping the Trump campaign and it was hurting the Hillary campaign. That doesn't mean that the Trump campaign was coordinating. In October, we said, after being very careful about it, because we had no interest in appearing as if we were putting our thumbs on the scales, that what the CIA is now assessing, which was it was done purposefully to tilt the election in the direction of a particular candidate, shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, and in fact isn't a surprise to anybody.
Based on what you now see, do you believe President Obama is guilty of treason?
I'm leaving the criminal charges to the Department of Justice. I am not an attorney, but as I've said previously, when you look at the intent behind creating a fake manufactured intelligence document and what followed afterward can only be described as a years-long coup and a treasonous conspiracy against the American people, our republic, and an attempt to undermine President Trump's administration.